Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a witches layout for the week of October, beginning with the 12th and through the 18th. And my main colors are going to be purple and green, as I think witches are just purple and green. Their skin and their clothes. I got, of course, I got matching washi tape for my headers and inks that I'm going to be using. I also got a little bit of glitter washi tape, so I think I'll add a bit of glam. These are going to be glamorous witches. And these are my main stamp sets that I'm going to be using. I got this one from Penny Black. I got this one from Pretty Cute Stamps. And I got this one off of eBay. I don't really know the name. I just seen it, thought it was cute, ordered it. And I got this one from eBay too, Penny Black. So a lot of times you can, I don't know if Penny Black has a website. I go to eBay to get a lot of my Penny Black stamps. She does really cute stamps and they're pretty good quality. So you might want to check that out. Okay guys, so I put in my headers and my trim and all that, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in my weathers, but as I was pulling out my inks, I decided that the purple ink pad from Stampabilities, the minis, it wasn't dark enough. So I decided to change it, and I bought these new colors from Colorbox. And I noticed that the Colorbox inks, they're really juicy, where these little Stampabilities ink pads, they're sort of dry. I mean, that's just the way they are. They don't bother me. You just have to like tap them in there a lot to get more ink on it for a more, you know, like better coverage. But I liked this. I got this set from Joann's. They had a sale, and I liked the way the ink was on this one better because it seemed to be darker and it seemed to match the washi better. So I went ahead and did a little test strip, and I decided that I liked the darker one better. So I'm not going to be using the Stampabilities mini ink pad. I'm going to be using these. The only thing I don't really like about the Colorbox one is it comes in a strip like that, and you have to, it's kind of hard to handle because they're so tiny, and you have to leave them on something because they don't really stand flat, so the ink on the sides gets all over. And you'll see as I'm going through the video that I had to keep it on a piece of paper so the ink doesn't get all over the table. And I noticed like sometimes I couldn't grab it because it was a little bit messy, so I had to go ahead and flip it onto the paper in order to get the little tab part that it has at the back so I could handle it better. And I just wanted to note there that on the 18th of this week, yes, us in the desert will be expecting rain. So I was able to use my first raindrops, woo, 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 in my planner. How cool! I know. We celebrate the little things in this dry town. I was all excited to use my raindrops. Aren't they so cute? Look at the little smiley faces. Alright, so basically I didn't really want to spend too much time in this video focusing on the stamps, because it's you know, the same. You stamp them in, you stamp them where you want them to go, you lay out your plans and everything. But my focus on this video was basically to show you a little bit of tricks on how I do coloring. I had someone ask me to show you how I do coloring, and oh my gosh, you guys, if there was ever a time where I was just having difficulty recording, I mean, throughout this video, first I had to stop, and I usually like to record the whole thing all the way through and then edit it later, but I had to stop, I had to make lunch for my son, I had to pick up my son, and then my camera died and I had to go charge it, and then a friend came over, so it got dark and it was just a mess. I wasn't able to finish the rest of the coloring to show you until the evening, and my lighting changed, so I hope that it doesn't look too bad and that you can still kind of, you know, see pretty good. I mean, I have a pretty good fake lights, but you know, nothing beats sunlight, so you'll see my little mishaps during this video, all the technicalities that I had to deal with. I had another girl ask me, when I stamp on top of stamps, do you have to use special ink? No, I use the same ink, the Versify, and the only special ink that I use is right here, the Stazon ink over the washi tape. And that's because normal ink does not dry for some reason on washi tape. So you have to get the special kind that will dry on the washi tape. But when I'm using like stamp over stamps, like you'll see that I stamp like a flag or a banner or header or something, and then I go ahead and put words on top of that. I even put like words, and then I stamp them all on top of each other a lot. I'll stamp words and then I'll put like icons over the edge of the word or something. And what I basically do is just let the ink dry a little bit, and you don't have to leave it for a long time. Like if you notice that I bounce back and forth between my pages, so the left side of the week and the right side of the week, so I'll stamp some and then I'll put that to the side for a few seconds and then grab the other one, stamp on that one, and I try to like do all the greens first and then all the purples first, so that way, I mean second, do all the purples second, so that way it gives the ink time to dry, because you don't want to cross them like over, because I've had sometimes where I stamp like a darker color and then it stayed a little bit on the stamp, and then when I stamped on the other one, it got the color mixed on the other color, so I didn't really like that. So you got to be careful, just give them a few seconds to dry, and they don't take long either. I also wanted to note here, like on the weekend stamp, sometimes like when you have a really long stamp, you can do like one side one color and the other side of the other color. There's really no rules to this, you know, just have fun what you think looks good. This is your planner, you know. I think that's what makes it fun for me, is it's a hobby. It's not, you know, something that I feel I have to do. It makes it fun for me. So yeah, people always say, does stamping take long? Yes, I have to say my doing the whole layout from beginning to end usually takes me about an hour, maybe two, depending on how slow I am, how detailed I want to get in the coloring, how many stamps I want to add. You don't have to take that long though. I think there's a few tips that you gotta learn and get a handle on, and one first tip is to keep all your most used stamps together. And the second thing is have all your stuff readily accessible. You don't want to have like everything all over the place, because you're going to find that looking for things, getting the perfect inks, getting the perfect stamps, it wastes a lot of time if you don't have everything together in one area and the most used things together. And then have a plan. You know, that's another thing. You could sit there for a long time thinking, okay, am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do about that? If you have a plan, and I like to jot notes down, like, you know, just the same as you would for any kind of thing. Oh, Sunday I have this appointment, Tuesday I gotta go there, Thursday I gotta go here. So if you just keep, you know, a little notes and tracks of everything that you want to do for that week, then it's just gonna make it a lot easier and quicker for you. So those are the tips and tricks that I've learned, and that's why I can say it pretty much only takes me about an hour. Sometimes it takes me a little longer, a little less, but I edit a lot of the stamping out so that way these videos don't take long for you guys to watch. It's basically the same thing. You just stamp and stamp and stamp what you want, and then you color it in. Okay, coloring. Now what I do for coloring is I get the two colors that I want, which in this case is green and purple, and then once I got those, I break them down into 3 shades of the color. So I'll start off with a really light purple, a medium purple, and a dark purple. And the same thing with green, a really light green, a medium green, and a dark green. And I always start with the lightest color first, and I basically lay down a layer of really light green in this case. And I don't push too hard on my paper or pencil. I don't push hard at all. I just basically start with a really light touch and just go over it once to put some color into the paper. And then I get the second color, the medium color, and go just around the edges. I try to think of where like light would be on the image's face, or like if it's coming from above or whatever. But that's a lot of, you know, that's really hard to do if you think about it, because you gotta keep the lighting in the same, coming from the same angle. So that's one of the things I'm still learning. For me, I basically just leave it sort of in the center. And then I color around the edges with more dark. So then once I've got the 2 colors on, I go back with the darker color just at the very, very edge of the image. So the very edge of the line. And then once I got those 3 colors down, I go back with the yellow or the lightest color and sort of pull the darker ones in to blend it towards the center. And that's basically how I do all of my coloring. I start with a lighter color and lay down the first layer. I go get the second color, the medium color, and lay down more color over that. And then I get the third darker color and just barely outline the edges with the darker color. Then I go back with the lighter color and pull the darker color in with the lighter color so that way they blend more evenly together. Also, when you're coloring, you got to keep in mind you don't want to use just straight lines. You don't want to color with just straight lines. So my favorite way to do it is in little circles. But then I also do lines too, and then I go over it with circles just so you don't get harsh, hard lines through your image. You want a smooth, flowing shades going through there. So one of the best tips that I can tell you with that is after you've laid down your 3 layers with the lightest color, go back and do circles with that one. So as you start from the end where the darkest color is and you make little circles pulling the darker color in towards the lighter colors. And that sort of blends out any hard lines that you might see or that you did before. So you kind of blend them evenly together. And that's basically how I do my coloring and the little tips that I can give you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave comments. I try to get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm definitely no expert. I really love doing this. It's so fun. And you know, it's a good hobby to have, I believe. I live in the desert. It's really hot outside. We try to find things that are you know, inside hobbies during the summer. So this is a really nice one. Plus my son has fun coloring with me. You know, I've stamped images for him before and he just colors and stamps right alongside of me when I'm making the videos for you guys. So it's kind of a fun thing that we can do together. And you know, have bonding time. Keeps him out of trouble and off of the YouTube or TV. Something constructive for him. So here I go again, going ahead and doing the same technique, just laying down a lighter shade first, the medium shade second, and the darker shade last around the edges, and then pulling it in with my lighter shade once again. And there you have it. That's it. I hope you like it. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, so this is my witchy layout, my glamorous witch little family here. The mama, the grandma, and the little girls all learning the tricks of the trade. The oldest little sister learning how to fly with mommy, while the other younger sisters stay at home with grandma and learn some spells. That was my thoughts when I was putting this together. I thought it was really cute to get a whole variety of different witches. And they all look to be different ages, so that was really cute. And I thought, I'm going to make like a little witch family here. With the grandma and the sisters and the mommy and all learning how to be witches. I hope you liked it. I hope you have as much fun as I do with your planner layouts. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye, girls.